Today I'm at Lowe's and I'm going to show you what they have in stock for their early spring inventory for 2022. So many pretty spring arrangements for Easter, and this little chocolate bunny planter is the cutest. Lots of calla lilies. Have you ever succulent birdhouses? Awesome. It's a Boston fern. This is the first time I've seen these at a box store, but this would be really helpful, especially this time of year in early spring when a lot of our plants are leafing out and putting on buds. If we're getting a stretch of frost, this would be helpful. It's a frost shield. Lots of beautiful evergreen options. Blue star juniper. These are $19.98. Some Fire Chief arborvitae. These are actually really cool. I've been kind of interested in these. The color just stands out against all the rest of the shrubs. Lemon threadfall cypress. These get 3 to 5 high and 2 to 4 wide. They add really beautiful color to the landscape. This reddish shrub is called a compact Andorra juniper. It's like a spreading ground cover type shrub. They have some of this little giant arborvitae. They stay sort of rounded and they get to be a 4x4 size. Really nice as an option for like a low hedge. These are really cool shrubs. I've actually been looking for a bowling ball variety evergreen for a little while. This one is called Mr. Bowling Ball Arborvitae. And what's great about this is it stays in a round shape, bowling ball, and the size is really great. It's 24 by 30 inches tall and wide, so will form a little ball-shaped evergreen in your landscape. Some boxwood. This is the winter green boxwood. Here they have some Hicks yew, and these are listed as foundation or hedge plants, and I like that there is a sign that tells us it's partial sun. So if you're looking for a partial sun location and an evergreen, this would be a good option. And they're really soft to the touch. These are called Blueprints holly, and I didn't know until recently that you need to have a male and a female holly within a few, I think it's somewhere between 50 and 100 feet of each other in order to get berries. So something to think about if you're buying a single holly shrub and you don't get berries, that would be why. You need at least 2, and a female and a male variety. Lots of emerald green arborvitae. See some forsythia in the background there, and some of that Scotch broom. We also have some dwarf Alberta spruces. They look to be a little bit more than what I saw them for at Home Depot at $39.98. I don't recall exactly how much they were there, but they also have a good selection here. Some green giant arborvitae. $27.98, maybe a 3-gallon size. The Scotch broom. Some smaller emerald green arborvitae. These look like water, and they're $14.98. It's about a 1 gallon size. So a little smaller, but they do grow fast. So if you have a large hedge to do, it might be more cost effective to do the smaller ones. And just have a little patience. They do grow in no time. The forsythia looks so beautiful in bloom right now. Really nice spring color for your garden. Sky pencil Japanese holly. These are really pretty. I'm in New England, and so here we get snow, and so if you have these planted closely by the house, you're probably going to have to tie them, you know, like loop some twine around them in the winter, because if snow comes down from your eaves or your, you know, the corners of your house, it might put pressure and split the shrub. But they are really pretty focal landscape evergreens with that nice upright structure. Some green velvet boxwood. These are small containers at $10.98. Just about a gallon, I would say. And they like sun. Some cayenne dogwood. So some version of the red twig dogwood. They also have some yellow twig dogwood. These are another option for beautiful winter interest with the sticks here, the branch structure with the red, the bright red and the bright yellow against everything that's either, you know, dyed back for the winter or green. It definitely gives you a pop of color. And then of course they leaf out in the spring. Some varieties even bloom. It's just a good landscape shrub. If you like these spiral type topiaries, it looks like my store has some of these in stock. These are Alberta spruce and a little pricey for $129. There are lots of tutorials on YouTube though on how to spiral these. You use a ribbon and then you kind of cut in the ribbon. I've seen it done a few times. It doesn't look difficult, and you would save yourself some money by doing it yourself. But they have them already if you want to just pick one up. Now this is a pretty Scotch broom. I've seen them with like yellow and orange, but this one is called Sister Rosie. And that's actually really cool. I might grab one of these. What size does it get? It says it gets 2 to 3 tall and wide. Spring flowering. And I would like to have some more spring flowering. So yeah, I'm gonna grab one of these. Really nice option for an interesting looking shrub. Have this bloomerang purple reblooming lilac. I have one of these in my garden. They're really pretty. I can't say that it reblooms too prolifically for me, but you do get some sporadic reblooming. They have a dwarf mughal pine in a standard form. These are really pricey, these specialty evergreens that they put in either a lollipop form or they topiary them, because they've had to wait for these shrubs to grow this size, so time is money. These are cool. This is Japanese spurge. They have a bunch of those. It looks like they bloom. I'm not too familiar with these, but they might be a type of maybe a ground cover. Some more partial sun plants. Now this is a really pretty red twig dogwood. This one is a variegated red twig dogwood, and so it, in addition to the pretty red twig structure of the plant, you also get this really nice variegation in the foliage. And in my research, I recently found that these are also water-loving plants. So if you have a wet area, that might be a good option. Spreading Japanese plum yew. I'm really drawn to yellow foliage. Pyrus japonica. This variety is Enchanted Forest River. nymph, and I have a an impish elf or variety, and it's a pink, and it's really pretty. It's also dwarf. This one grows 6 by 6. Green Tower Boxwood, so this must be a taller variety. Yep, it grows 2 wide by 9 high, so a tree form. It says it's good for hedging. Blueberries, some pretty red foliage. Ember Waves Western Arborvitae. I love how Monrovia provides these pictures inside that gives you a visual of the shape of the tree or shrub. So this one says it's about an 8 wide by 25 high. Chestnut Hill Cherry Laurel. Great for hedges, stays compact. Full to partial sun. 4 by 4. It's really pretty. The blooms almost look like a foam flower or tiarella. Very interesting. And some more pretty topiary type evergreen trees here. We have some privet and some pussy willow shrubs as well. This mugo pine is gorgeous. Look how big it is. And this blue tree is so pretty. I love blue evergreens. Blue and yellow. I think because we see so much green that it just stands out to me. This is a blue Atlas cedar. I have a couple of these in a serpentine shape, just like an S. Really pretty. This is a really pretty Alberta spruce topiary. This one's a 3-ball shape. I prefer this to the spiral. These are awesome. Ginkgo plants, ginkgo trees. I've been researching these, and besides the fan looking leaves that are absolutely beautiful, they hold these waters like, you know, the drops almost like magnifying glasses. Really, really pretty. And the fall color is yellow, which is really awesome also. Gets to be about 10 wide by 15. These are $99, and they have a few here at my store. Some yellow twig dogwood, some more here. This one's the Monrovia. And they also have some bigger containers of that variegated red twig dogwood. Some rhododendron. Those will be coming in bloom in the next month for us here in Zone 6B. Calgary carpet juniper. These low-growing evergreens are nice too. This one looks like it gets about 10 feet wide, but only 1 foot tall. So really nice ground cover evergreen option. Lots and lots of spring trees, flowering trees, and fruiting trees. We'll go check out a few of those as well. Some scarlet O'Hara japonica, pyrus here. These shrubs are truly beautiful for the spring. I just recently became interested in these last year. I have 2 in my garden, a Valley Rose and that Impish Elf variety by Monrovia that is sort of dwarf in a pink, but I really like this white, so if I find another spot, I think I'll add another. Really pretty spring shrub. They have a good variety of roses right now as well. Roses and I don't always get along, but I really do love them. This angel face is a really pretty lavender pink rose. It looks like they're carrying the Zephyrin Druin rose at Lowe's this year, and this rose is most notable for being thornless, and it's a climbing rose. They also have some flowering almonds. "12 high by 12 wide." So it sounds like a shrub. Lots more topiary. I like this one. Kind of looks like my hair when I wake up. Arborvitae Frankie Boy standard. Some juniper blue star topiary, or some people call them topiary, lollipops, standards, different names for them, but they have a bunch of them. Really pretty. And these are $169. They have some really good size Eastern redbuds for $39.98. I would say that this is like probably like a, I don't know, like a 10-foot tree. Really, really good size. Again, you have to be careful when you're picking trees out at these garden centers, because sometimes they have branches on one side and not the other. Like, it doesn't look like there's any branching coming out this way. So you want to try to look for a well-rounded tree. But the price is definitely right at these garden centers for trees. And their warranty. Look it up in your area, but they're typically a 1-year warranty if you keep your tag and your receipt. Some dogwoods. Really pretty white dogwood. And some of these fountain weeping cherry trees. Snow fountain. Got pink weeping cherry. Subhurtella pendula. This one is $139. It's actually a really good size. Not height-wise, but the caliper. Some prairie fire crabapple. Really pretty red foliage. This might be its spring color, I'm not certain, but I'm going to look that up. So these prairie fire crabapples are a small tree. They get to be about 20 by 20. They do have this burgundy foliage in the spring, and then really pretty pink flowers, and then it looks like it goes green. Lots of fruit trees. So they have this Orient pear, Santa Rosa plum. You want to also look up pollination requirements for fruit trees, because some are self-pollinating, which means you only need one tree to get fruit, and others you would need a second tree for pollination to occur for you to get fruit. Autumn blaze maple. These are really pretty for fall interest. 50 high by 40 wide. Some more autumn blaze. Oh. October glory maple. How big do these get? 40 by 40, so another very large maple tree. They have some single stem heritage river birches, and these are $129. We actually just planted a 3-stem heritage river birch, 4-stem actually, in our garden. These are water-loving trees, so if you have a wet area, it might be a good option for you. Some more autumn blaze maples. I love these. This is a green weeping willow, but they get much too large that I would be worried about these in my yard. 75 high by 50 wide. We also have a well, and so I would be worried about this being a little bit too water loving, but an absolutely beautiful tree in a landscape. Certainly a focal point. It's already leafing out. Really pretty. They have sweet gum trees. It's a shade tree. 60 high by 75 wide. Also very large tree. They have an espalier pear tree, a couple of them. These are really cool. They graft these to have multiple varieties on one tree. It's a 4-in-1 pear. And it says that you can use these varieties for pollinators. But now I'm wondering, would this be considered self-pollinating since there are 4 varieties on one tree? These are great for small spaces. You can plant these up against a fence or a garden wall. In terms of the fruit trees here at Lowe's seem to have a little bit more variety than the ones at Home Depot. Just in this section, there's a Red Haven peach, Belle of Georgia peach, and Alberta peach. So certainly a lot of variety when it comes to the fruit trees here at Lowe's. This one's Peach Contender and Peach Reliance. A lot to select from. They also have some Kwanzan cherry and some Yoshino cherry trees. And some of these pear trees, which you would want to research before you look into a pear tree. Some varieties are invasive. I'm on the search for one of these Yoshino cherries, so I may pick one up. Some more Kwanzan cherry. So they have the weeping and then the upright. These say they get about 30 feet tall by 20 wide. And here is the weeping version, the weeping Yoshino cherry. Look how beautiful that is for spring flowers. 7 high by 10 wide. Lots of forsythia. (10 to 12 high by 10 to 12 wide). Some more pyrus and some azalea. This pyrus is called Passion Pyrus, and it's a really pretty reddish pink. More red than pink to me anyhow. Mediterranean pink heather. This is a good early spring blooming shrub, and I'm pretty sure it's evergreen in most zones. It's getting busy here, so lots of wagons rolling around. Some more pyrus. They're also carrying this PGM Elite small leaf rhododendron. These are the cool small leaf with the dark foliage. Here's some smaller rhododendron containers. I have this one actually. This is the pink that I have. I forgot what the name was, but now this is coming back to me. It's the English Rosum rhododendron. Really pretty pink. These are the rhododendron, the PGM, are $14.98 for the 1 gallon container. Lots of pretty perennials coming in. This is all early spring blooming perennials. Last year I actually bought some of this butterfly blue pincushion flower, and it bloomed for me from spring through fall. This is a prolific bloomer, and a pollinator magnet. They're just beautiful. They have some osteoperum hanging baskets. Some trailing snapdragon hanging baskets. Beautiful ranunculus planters. These are stunning. These ready fill containers are a great option to just take out of here, or even leave it right in this container and throw it in one of your planters, and you're good to go. This is my favorite pansy. I don't know what it's called or if these have names, but so pretty. Here's what I ended up with today. I ended up getting the Sister Rosie Scotch Broom, some Candy Tuft, and the Zephrine Druin Climbing Rose. I hope you enjoyed today's Lowe's Garden Center early spring tour, and I'll catch you in the next one.